Chapter 8, Your Audience. It is imperative to understand and identify who your audience is for any digital storytelling project. It would be a false assumption to think that the project would have a broad appeal because audiences have varied tastes, needs, and interests within each segment of the population, and it's not common to have such broad appeal. Your audience will differ greatly depending on their age group, education, gender, geographic location, income level, and their special interests. Children seem to be a significant piece of this digital pie. Mobile phones and interactivity have become a commodity for children. Young people typically multitask while they are online, so they like to be connected. Theme parks and cultural institutions have developed interactive attractions to keep the attention of these young people. However, there are challenges associated with grasping their attention. Special factors to consider when designing for children would be the developmental stages of childhood, gender considerations, the desire and fear of their parents, and the desires and aspirations of the children themselves, and also an understanding of what sort of content is most appealing to the young people and the type of content that could repel them. Appealing to the children and understanding them is the way to creating effective digital storytelling content. Jean Piaget was a developmental psychologist who believed that play was important to child development. Piaget divided childhood into 4 stages. The first stage includes toddlers, preschool, and kindergarten-age children. During this stage, they experiment, practice, and repeat tasks until they have mastery. The second stage includes early elementary kids aged 5 to 8. During this stage, they enjoy symbols and fantasy pastimes. The third stage includes tweens and late elementary adolescents that are 8 to 12 years old. These young people want a little more of a challenge and enjoy using reasoning skills which emphasize rules and order along with predictability. Teens in stage 4 understand abstract concepts and look to test hypotheses. They enjoy constructing things and making models. Age appropriateness should always be taken into consideration with any project. Kids have aspirational desires, as in they consider what they want for themselves in the future. On the other hand, parents want high-quality entertainment with content that is wholesome and supports family values, but is also educationally enriching. They do not want graphic violence or sexual content. Parents fear the big P's: predators, pornography, and privacy, although cyberbullying is now creeping into this list of fears. Parents appreciate the reassurance that safety features in recent games or online activities offer. These can restrict communication, but children feel like these features suppress their expression and the freewheeling feeling that they want for themselves. There is a positive side of kids being involved with technology. That is that the kids can learn technical skills and explore their interests while experiencing peer socialization online over a digital format. An extra form of attraction for kids is the use of humor because they love to laugh. Visual humor works best, and you can build it into the character situations from the conceptual stage. Incorporating challenges and rewards into the interactive work is also a great tool to use. Rewards are a powerful motivator and provide positive reinforcement. Placing information into chunks, segments, or levels can emphasize these successes and downplay any failures. It is essential to be respectful when dealing with children. Don't talk down to kids or patronize them. Offer age-appropriate, engaging material that challenges them while still including entertainment. This is the perfect mixture to have a successful piece of work. Another consideration to understand are gender preferences. This is not a popular topic in today's climate. These preferences tend to revolve around the nature versus nurture debate. People who side with nature believe preferences are inherited, as in you're born with them. The nurture side believes we learn our preferences through our environment and how we are raised. Regardless of which side of the debate you fall on, let me offer you a few insights into gender preference research. There are a few differences between boys and girls that should be taken into account when creating any kind of interactive media. When asked about playing with others, girls prefer their games to be collaborative, while boys are more competitive. With activities, girls enjoy a social component, which could involve people or animals, and boys prefer interacting with objects. In situations, girls use fine motor skills and enjoy nonviolent, socially peaceful games where they can organize and arrange items. Boys tend to be more aggressive and use gross motor skills while they build or construct something. Also, take note that preferences differ from culture to culture. Research suggests that as we age, our preferences don't really change. For example, women still enjoy self expression, like creating their own avatar in a social game. It's also important not to exclude certain segments of the population based on an assumption that they do not interact with social media. Seniors are a perfect example. They interact through digital media on a regular basis, using things like email and social media. They do research and play games online. They also use mobile phones and game consoles. As a prime example, people 55 and older represent the fastest growing segment of the online dating population. Their interactive preferences include less high action and more puzzle games. These games help keep the brains of the elderly active and fit. The Wii console is an example of the types of games that offer physical activity and socialization. Another segment of the population that tends to be ignored are the medically ill and disabled. This technology can help them cope with their illness and help others understand what the sick may be going through. An example would be virtual reality simulators and exposure therapy for veterans suffering from PTSD. Bringing in subject matter experts can help you determine the interests of your intended audience. They can tell you what is or is not considered appropriate for your audience and whether your material is accurate. So to sum up, understanding your audience is one of the most important indicators of how successful your interactive project will be. Defining your audience should be based on age, gender, education level, economic status, ethnicity, geographic region, interests, dislikes, and what's considered inappropriate. 3 major considerations during the planning phase would be the first, subject matter. What is important for the audience that you have in mind and what would appeal to them? The second is the platform. Do members of the audience consider themselves comfortable with the specific platform that you have in mind? And the third is the difficulty level. Is it too easy or too hard for your target audience? Once you have all of these details figured out, then you will truly know your audience.